Hello. A couple of things to talk about this week. Apple have announced the new iPad. They announced it on Wednesday. I'm sure you've all heard about it by now. And I'm really excited about it. I know that I've been reading a lot of forums and stuff, and a lot of people are saying, there's nothing special about it, but I really, really want one. I think people are getting confused about what it actually is. They're not sure if it's going to replace the MacBook or whether it's supposed to be just a massive iPhone or whatever. It's none of those things. It's kind of a large screen version of the iPod Touch, but you wouldn't use it in the same way. I love it. I love my iPod Touch. I use it all the time, and I'm always on the internet on it. And the one thing that it's missing is a large screen, so the iPad is exactly what I want. It's kind of what I said they would do. I said they would produce like a giant iPod Touch, and thankfully that's what they've gone and done. So how would it be used? A lot of people are saying it's not a MacBook, it's not an iMac, it's not a computer in the sense of that you're going to be really productive on it, you're going to produce music and videos and do all your coursework on it. It's not that. So don't get that in your head that it is just a touchscreen MacBook. It's not. I was talking about it today with my mate at work, and I kind of summed it up as it's coffee table technology. It's going to be something that's going to be sat on your coffee table, ready for everybody in your house to use. I think it's going to replace just simple things like newspapers, your TV guide, things like that. It's going to be like your photo album, when someone comes round. At the moment, a lot of people, they're taking photos with the phone, and you see people crowded round a little phone looking at photos. Or alternatively, you get your laptop out, you set it up and you plug it in and all that shit, and you're all cramped around this laptop looking at photos. Whereas if you've got this iPad, it's effectively like a photo album, and you just pass it from one person to the next. Just hold it up and stuff like that. It'd be brilliant for photos. So for me, it's just going to be sat there in your living room, and you're just going to dip in and out. If you're anything like me, the internet, it's not something, right, I'm going to go on my computer, I'm going to go on the internet. That's not how I use the internet. I'm always wanting to go on the internet, and I'm always running up and down the stairs on the internet, or getting my iPod and going on the internet on there. And it's just something I dip into. I might be on it like a couple of times an hour or something to check my emails or Twitter or anything like that. Maybe watch a video on YouTube. And that is ideal for this iPad. It's going to be there, sat on your coffee table, and when you want to dip in, you're watching the telly, you recognise an actor, you think, oh, what have they been in? Get your iPod. Wikipedia. I'm always on Wikipedia. That's like, I've got it as a shortcut on my iPod Touch, and that's just the way it is. It's going to be like a lifestyle gadget. You're in the kitchen, you're cooking, you want to look up a quick recipe, iPad. It's easy. And I think people need to get away from, especially younger people who are, I suppose it's going to be marketed more at someone like me, in the 30s, maybe bit more disposable income, and can afford to buy a gadget like that just for browsing the internet or using social networking and stuff like that. I haven't got a MacBook, I haven't got an iPhone, I've got an iMac, I've got an iPod Touch. In between there comes the iPad. Some people might have a MacBook and an iPhone, and it might not fit in as much as for them because they've got the portability of the MacBook and the phone. But to me, MacBooks are for using outside the home and a little bit in the home. If you're going to use your computer a lot at home, get yourself an iMac. And your iPhone is for, you use that while you sat on the bus or whatever. So I can't envisage that you would take the iPad out of the house. I just don't see how that would work. That's what your MacBook and your iPods or your iPhones for. So for me, I'm really excited about it. You're going to fall into one of those categories. Either it's for you or it's not. It's going to be an item that you want rather than you need. For me, it'd be brilliant. There's a few things I want to know first though. Is will it support multi-users? Because as I said before, if it's going to be sat on the coffee table, my wife will want to use it. When little SIggy's older, he'd want to use it. So you'd want your own applications and that set up on it. So I need to know that. I know it's not multitasking, which isn't that big a deal because most of the time you'll be on the internet or using an app. The other question I've got is a big question. Will it support Flash? Because the iPod Touch and the iPhone do not support Flash at the moment. And it's not such a big deal when you've got a small screen like that because you're not as interested in Flash. But when you're using a big device like that, Flash has got to be important. So before I buy one, I need to know that Flash will work on it. So Flash and multi-user, they're two things that could easily be put into it through software enhancements. So hopefully we'll get that. But ultimately it's going to be the applications that define the use of the iPad, and there will be some fantastic applications, you can guarantee that. So yeah, bring it on, can't wait. Give us a decent price, Apple. You know, we always get a bit shafted in the UK, so I'd say $399 for the basic model would be just right. So tell me what you think about this new iPad. Do you like it? Do you think it would work with your lifestyle? I know it'll definitely work with mine. I'd absolutely love it. So yeah, that's it. Bye bye.